Hello again. I just wanted to say, in the light of everything that's happening at the moment, that Britain must not be ashamed of its history. There is so much to be proud of, and yet the left are determined to concentrate on all the bad things we've done and try and destroy us. In the process, they have set race relations back for 40 years, and they're teaching our young to hate their own country. Yes, like every country in the world, we did some terrible things, but no one is innocent. So why blame only white people, particularly the Brits, when we have spent the last 200 years putting things as right as we can? For reparations, read foreign aid and trade. I was born in 1951 when my father was still a pilot in the RAF, having joined up in 1940, and he flew 104 missions. I made a video recently to commemorate VJ Day featuring both my parents who were out east during that terrible period. We should feel proud of that generation who risked their very lives to ensure freedom for the whole world. Many came from Empire/Commonwealth countries to join us. Millions of people died. Britain and its Commonwealth stood alone for 2 years, over 2 years. Its allies in Europe fell one by one under the Nazi jackboot. That's real Nazis, by the way. And America didn't consider it to be their problem until Pearl Harbor, understandably. My thanks to those Americans who crossed the pond to help out before their country felt the need. Similarly, during the Great War, Britain and its allies fought to keep Europe free of the Kaiser's tyranny. In both of these wars, Britain was fighting to keep Europe free. It was not fighting to expand its own borders or take control of other countries, and it cost us dearly. That is something to be proud of. During the Napoleonic Wars, Britain fought Napoleon's army to ensure freedom in Europe and North Africa from French expansionism and not to expand its own borders, something else to be proud of. It didn't stop French imperialism from causing the Franco-Prussian War shortly afterwards, but nobody seems to complain these days about French imperialism, just British imperialism. Britain was the first country in the world to ban slavery, and she subsequently patrolled the seas, capturing slave ships and freeing the slaves. Britain freed 150,000 slaves at the cost of 1,500 British lives. We didn't do it for our own benefit, we did it because it was right. It cost us money and, more importantly, lives to free people whose descendants are now turning on us. I wonder, and this is very important, how many black people in the UK are not actually descended from slaves, but are the descendants of the black Africans who captured the slaves in the first place and sold them to be transported to the New World. And now we have the bishop who gave an address at Prince Harry's wedding, saying that he felt the presence of slaves at that wedding. He was at the time discussing his new book, Love is the Way, and I suppose that statement is not bad publicity for his book. Anyway, my question is, did he feel the presence of millions of white slaves who were captured by the Barbary pirates of North Africa? Or did he only feel the presence of all the black slaves who were captured by other black people, black slavers, on the west coast of Africa before being sold to white slavers? And just this week, we had a tragic incident in Croydon when a black policeman from New Zealand who had come to the UK for a better life was shot dead by a black man as he was on duty as custody sergeant. Will the black population rise up in protest, waving their Black Lives Matter banners? Will their liberal left white supporters join in their marches and pull down some more statues? Will footballers and Lewis Hamilton take a knee? Will the BBC start replacing black presenters with white ones? Or do black lives only matter if you can gain a political advantage and millions of pounds from using those poor black people to stir up racial hatred? See ya.